I had a viewer ask me if I'd ever replaced a battery in an Atari Flashback portable. This is I think this is the 2019 version, the wood grain version. That was a Dollar General exclusive. I believe that's when this came out. I love these things. I've had all of them. Each year that they've come out, I've bought one to do a video on. I've given away all the other ones I have, but I'm keeping this one because I really like the wood grain on it. It's a nice little device to carry around with when I'm traveling to play some Atari games. Anyway, enough of that. I had not really replaced a battery in one of these yet. So I figured, well, what could be so hard about getting a battery for these? They got a lithium-ion battery in them. And I figured, well, you just get online and find another battery and just replace it. Well, it's not as simple as that. Let's go ahead and take this out and take a look at the battery that's in it. Take this little screw out the back here. The little screw. Boop. Alrighty. So here's our lithium-ion battery. And it says it's a model number NP60-2. Okay, fair enough. I went searching for an NP60-2 battery. I couldn't find anything. The person who contacted me said he found them on Alibaba, but you had to buy a bunch of them. I didn't even find them on Alibaba, so evidently I wasn't searching right. But these are not a normal NP60 battery. You can find NP60 batteries all over the place. They're very easy to find, but not this Dash 2 version. And the difference between them is look how close the terminals are on this NP60-2 battery. On an NP60 battery, their terminals are much more farther apart. That's why they don't work. So, I did some digging, and I found a substitute battery right here that has the terminals close together. This one is 1,000 milliamps, whereas the original was 750 milliamps, so it has a little bit more capacity to it. But you notice they're very different sizes. And this is not a direct replacement. You've got to do some modifications to get this new battery to work in place of the original lithium-ion battery. Now this is a Samsung BM SLB10A 3.7 volt, 1,000 milliamp hour lithium battery. And I picked this up off of Amazon. Matter of fact, I got it as a package deal. It came with a charger and 2 batteries. Here's the other battery right here. It's still in the box. I'll put a link down in these video notes to this in case you're interested in getting one of these. One of those things. I just bought it. Okay, anyway. So, I was beating myself up over the weekend trying to figure out how am I going to get this thing to stay inside of here and not flip around. Because you notice when you put it in here and get to touch the terminals, there we go, you have quite a bit of space, both down here and on either side. My first thought was, okay, I'll make some kind of insert out of something like a 3D printed adapter or build it out of maybe styrene or something like that, which I probably still will do styrene. But just to quickly mock it up into something that actually works, I did something pretty fun, pretty cool. Now, I've been making videos on these Nanoblocks Pac-Man figures, and I've got a lot of these Nanoblocks that are left over from kit number 106, which is the Inky and Blinky kit. So these are the extra Nanoblocks I removed from the kit that I used in mocking up a retention device for the Flashback Portable to get it to work. So I kept a 6 rectangle, a 8 rectangle, another 6 rectangle, a 4 rectangle, a 4 square I mean, a 2 rectangle, a 4 line, and a couple of these blank blocks from the kits. Also, I had to cut a small piece of zip tie And what I do is I build a little adapter to where I put a square box right here out of the nano blocks. I use this zip tie as a shim to put in right here. I just need just a little bit more pressure to make this fit nice and snug. And I put one of these blank boxes on each end, on either side. Once you do that, and you put the cover back on with these foam inserts, it locks that battery in place. It will not move around whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is, after I get this all mocked up, I'll take some measurements of all these little pieces and stuff, and I'll try to make them out of styrene or something like that to make it a little bit more better. And I'll put a block in between here to here, and from there to there on each side, in between these little clip things right here. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this thing together so you can see what it looks like when it's all assembled inside. Okay, I gotta do this here. So we got this one. See if I can remember how to do this. How I did this. Okay, I got this one here. I think it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. I think I did a 4 and an 8. And then I did 3. Yeah, this is how I did it. 3 and a 2. And then I locked them together. Oops. Me and nano blocks don't get along too well. No, it's too far up. There we go. Now, there we go. And then stick this one there. Like so. Get in there. And then we'll put the 6th one right there to lock that into place. Okay, there's one spacer. So I'll stick that right in here. Oops. So that goes in between these two little clips right here on the sides. And then I take this piece of zip tie, and I'll just put it in right behind here. Keep pressure on the battery. There we go. There we go. Now it's in there. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Now, I'll get one of these blank pieces here, and I'll drop it on its side, the thin side. Here's the thin side. So I'll drop it in on the thin side right up here. And then I'll do the same thing on the bottom. I'll drop it in on the thin side. It'll be a little bit more tighter on this side because I'm putting pressure against the battery. So I'll press that down in there. There we go. Now it's all locked in place. See, nothing falling out. So well, that's a good sign. So now if I flip it over and turn it on, I should get the Atari logo screen. There we go. It's booting up. Awesome. So there we go. So I'll go ahead and put the back on. You can see the battery door does fit perfectly fine. Nice and flush. Got the screw back in. There we go. So, it works. Awesome. So there's a roundabout way where you can replace a dead battery in your Atari Flashback portable. These little Samsung batteries are pretty plentiful. They're very common out there. So, like I said, I'll put a link down in the video notes of this kit I got. You can look for just the battery itself. You don't have to buy the whole kit like I did. I just did that so I can charge these batteries up outside of the unit first to make sure they had a nice charge before I did this. That's the only reason why I did it. So now I know it works. I wouldn't do it again. So anyway, there we go. I want to thank the person who that contact me about these batteries. It was actually pretty cool to try to research what to do about this. I have been. I'll show you how I was playing this crazy little thing. Where'd it go? Hang on a minute here. Oh, there it is. I was using an external battery pack, a USB battery pack, with a little cable like this, and plugged into the Atari Flashback. That's how I've been playing it. Now I don't need to do that because I've got this new battery inside. Anyway, as always everyone, thanks for watching.